Alright, y'all. Scott here. Just want to do a recap of today. I fished a couple different ponds. Um, I did fish pond X today, our little secret pond. Um, then I fished my pond. Uh, did pretty good. Caught some big bluegills, some fingerlings, and I did catch a couple like pound and a halfers. You'll see one of these as you saw in the video. You did see a nice like little pound bass, bunch of fingerlings today, and I did catch that really big bass, that like 4 pounder. Um, didn't have my scale with me, so I can't tell you exactly, but it was a big fish. It was on a bed, so definitely I would say it was probably four at least. I just want to go recap today, recap the baits I use, the techniques I use to help y'all out. Most of the day, I was using a Senko. I was just using a Bass Pro brand, green pumpkin Senko with red flakes. Worked really good. Caught several dinks on it, a couple fingerlings, and had a bunch of hits. Wasn't really the juice today on the big bass, but it's always fun to catch a bunch of fish. I also used a little tube worm. I think I have it in my pocket actually. Maybe. Maybe not. But I used a little red and blue tube worm, or a red and white tube worm, as y'all saw it when I caught a couple of the bass today. Um, that really was the juice today on the dinks and the fingerlings. Tore them up. On the big bass I caught today, basically I was just walking around the ponds that I was fishing today looking for beds, and when I found a bed, uh, I would see if they would hit the Senko. If they wouldn't, I would go take my bluegill rod, put a little bit of bread on there, catch a small bluegill, no bigger than yay big. Catch a small bluegill about 3 inches at the most, and I would take that, put a cut in the middle of its tail so it was bleeding and swam funny, and then I would hook it through the front like you would a swim bait or like any type of pilchard or shad. I hooked it through the front, through the nose, and I was dragging it, twitching it across the bed. And when the bass would come in, I would let it sink, wait for the bass to sit on its bed, twitch it, and when that action right in front of its face, it'd either bump it or eat it. And it bumped it a lot. For about an hour it bumped it, but persistence does pay off. And finally, after about a little less than an hour of fishing, it just completely destroyed it, swallowed it. Set the hook real hard, because when you have it in the flesh of the bait fish that you're using, you really got to set the hook hard in order to get that hook firmly in the bass mouth. Otherwise, it will spit it. It did that. I did that. I did have that happen once today. I lost about 3 pounder like that. Um, I didn't set the hook hard enough. I wasn't really paying attention. But finally, I did get that big bass. Set the hook real hard. It took off. Was peel and drag. Fought really hard. Basically, what I'm trying to do with this video is teach y'all how to fish off beds. The best way to do it is to walk around wherever you're fishing during bedding season. The beds should be pretty visible. If they aren't readily visible, get you a good pair of glasses. I wear Costas. Maui gems are really good. Basically, you want to be able to cut through that water and see very clearly those beds, even if the water is a little murky, like my pond. And so I was able to pinpoint the bed, see where the bass were sitting on them. You want to be able to tell when that bass comes back on that bed, so a good pair of sunglasses will do that for you. And when that bass does get on that bed day, it's going to be really aggressive to any fish, anything coming across its bed. I would start off with artificials, Senkos, crawlers, lizards, anything that looks natural, very natural colors too. I would go with green pumpkin or strawberry, brown, any natural, really natural colors. will do the trick on that. But I was using a live bluegill because I couldn't get them to hit anything else. When you cannot get the bass to hit any artificials on bedding season, your best bet is a live bait, whether it be a live lizard. I've done that before; it works pretty well. Or a live best overall is a live shad or a live bluegill. You can put it. I prefer doing it weightless. Some people do weights. Weightless just seems to give a lot more action. You can control the fish a lot better. Um, Hook it through the nose, like I said. Pull it across that bed. Twitch real hard when that bass is looking at. Give a bunch of action, and it might not hit it the first try, but eventually your persistence will pay off, and it will either eat it because it's hungry or it'll eat it because it's pissed at it. So you can irritate that bass enough, it will devour your bait. And so that's what I did today. I encourage y'all to do the same thing. You will catch bigger bass doing this. Using artificials, you normally pull the male off the bed, is what normally happens using artificials, because it's going to be the more aggressive one that's actually sitting on the bed. The live bait will allow you to catch the female, which is going to be the larger fish. First of all, the male normally is not big enough to eat a bluegill or a shad. So he might nip at it, he might, bump it, but that is not, that's not going to get your bait off the bed. Obviously, it would get any other fish off the bed, but it's not going to get your bait off the bed. So you just let it sit through all his bumping and nipping, and when that big female comes in, you give it action, and hopefully she'll eat it. Best way to catch a big female bass off the bed. Y'all, make sure you tune in for the next video. Blake and I will be fishing a new pond that we have never fished before. We've been told it has tanks for days in it. So hopefully that'll work out for us. We plan on getting out there early in the morning, use a bunch of top water. Definitely will post the video of that. Just in case y'all do not have our Snapchats or Instagrams, the links will be down below. Just scroll down. If you want, leave us a comment. Please, we really like hearing the feedback from y'all. Really, anything helps. We are new to this, so we're hoping to get tips, and tell us what y'all like. If y'all want to see these little informational videos, tell us. If you don't, tell us. If you just want to see a bunch of fishing, if y'all just want to see videos of us catching a bunch of fish, tell us. That's what we'll post. We just want to help y'all catch more fish is what we want to do. So until next time, deuces.